Hello again. On this recording, we want to solve this exercise also to improve your skills and to pass easily, inshallah, the monthly test. So, here we have an introduction for this exercise organ transplants among the greatest advances in modern medicine. In modern medicine. They were pioneered in the 1960s and continue to save tens of lives every year. So organ transplants هو يعني تبرع بالأعضاء are among the greatest advances in modern medicines. They were pioneered in the 1960s and continue to save tens of lives every year. By becoming a donor, you agree to make your organs available to people whose organs have failed or been damaged by diseases or injury. So here, this introduction is to give you the importance of organ transplantations. So the organ transplantation, as you can see here, save 10 of lives every year for people having a problem or failing in any organs, for example, or they have مثلا كمان injury. حدا عنده failure بالكدني، عنده failure بالاي، failure بالليفر، ما بعرف عنده فشل او عنده disease or damage، عنده شي damages او injury، ما بعرف يعني مرض او فبيعمل organ transplantation. ما عنده حل الا يعمل organ transplantation to save his or her life. To determine the two required conditions for the acceptance of allografts, the following experiments are performed. So here, this is the objective of the exercise. So here you can see the objective of the exercise. So here you can see that إنه نحنا we are performing these experiments in order to know what are the two required conditions for the acceptance of allografts. So what do we need? What are the two conditions for the acceptance of allografts? Uh, Pose the problem solved in this experiment. So here, the problem, you have to take it here from this sentence here, and especially here. So as I said in the previous video, we have to search for in order to determine to verify ما بعرف شو، فإذا بده يكون question. The problem is a question. So what are the two required conditions for the acceptance of allografts and question mark? Don't forget to put the question mark. Define allografts. It's a type of graft done between two different organisms of the same species. يعني for example, I can make allograft between two mice. These two mice ما عندهم أبدا لا إخوة، وما بعرف إنه not twins، يعني two different organisms أجسام مختلفة but of the same species. يعني maybe two are mice. The two organisms are, for example, dogs or two rabbits or two humans. I don't know. But these two organisms are different. مختلفين. منن twins لا fraternal ولا identical. ما بيهمني، هن two different organisms. ان شاء الله يكون ام وعم، ام وخي، وبي وام. whole two different organisms. اوكي different organisms. بدي ركز على كلمة different organisms of the same species. Specify why the kidney is rejected in the first experiment. Let's read this experiment here. Here in this experiment, a kidney graft between two brothers with low compatibility of HLA. So here the two brothers have low compatibility of HLA. The graft is rejected rapidly. فإذن, what is the cause of this rejection. The cause of this rejection due to the presence of low compatibility of HLA between the donor and the acceptor. So the donor and the acceptor هن two brothers having low compatibility of HLA, and then the immune system of the receiver recognizes the kidney as non-self, then rejects it. يعني أنا أخذت from person A from يعني من ال two brothers from person A to person B وعندهم low compatibility of HLA، ما عندهم انسجام منيح بال HLA، فالإميون سيستم حيتعرف عليها as non-self لأنه عندها different HLA، وكمان أضرب وأضرب low compatibility حيتعرف عليها as non-self وبعدين يقول لها rejection. تاني experiment هلا خلص هون question 3. هلا خليني شوي احكي I want to talk about these experiments 2 و 3 وبعدين بعمل analysis with drawing out the two required conditions for the acceptance of allografts. A kidney graft between two brothers with high compatibility of HIV. Look at the difference between 1 و 2. 1 و 2 هو عنده high compatibility of HLA. The graft is rejected after 1 month. هلا عنده high compatibility بس لاحظنا انه alone it's not enough. فاذا the rejection كمان هون not accepted، يعني اول فترة عملت acceptance maybe 1 month عم ببين معنا acceptance after 1 month لقينا انه طارت rejected. So is it enough to for the acceptance of the allograft to be with high compatibility؟ هلا from these two experiments it's not enough. Look at the third experiment. A kidney graft between two brothers with high compatibility of HLA and taking immune suppressors for the receiver. فإذا the difference here هو taking immune suppressors. يعني immune suppressors هي to reduce the activity of the immune system of the receiver. يعني المريض اللي عم ياخد أنا مثلا عندي failure in my kidney، مثلا عندي فشل بالكلوة اللي إلي، اوكي لقيت واحد عنده هاي compatibility وبنفس الوقت I need to take immune suppressors، بدي اخد ادوية تتهدي لي مناعتي والا يعطيكم العافية المناعة حتعمل rejection. يعني خففوا له المناعة للي عم ياخد الكدني او الليفر او الاي او البنكرياس whatever the organ is يعني. So here the graft is accepted after 1 week. شفتوا كيف acceptance the acceptance needs high compatibility of HLA and also needs immune suppressors. So let's start the analysis of these experiments. I have to focus on the variable factor and what happens, variable factor and what happens, variable factors and what happens. Leiko, listen, focus here in the analysis. I cannot say because, I cannot say we do, we perform, we carry out. انتوا you have studied them before يعني not in grade 8، انتوا خلص درستوهم بال7. In experiment 1 the kidney graft between two brothers with low compatibility of HLA shows rapidly a graft rejection. فإذا the condition and what happens. But in experiment 2 the kidney graft between two brothers with high compatibility of HLA shows a rejection of the graft after 1 month. خيي اكتبون بتكست، ما بعرف شو كان معنا شو صار ما فيها مش حفظ يعني، بس هيك شوية English language بيمشي الحال. However, in experiment 3, the kidney graft between two brothers with high compatibility of HLA with taking immune suppressors shows an acceptance of the graft after 1 week. فإذا هيدي الاناليسيس very easy. Variable what happens, variable factor what happens. Draw out the two required conditions for the acceptance of allografts. هن the high compatibility of HLA between the donor and the acceptor and taking immune suppressor أكيد by the receiver يعني اللي عم يعمل receiver مش اللي عم يتبرع. اوكي فاذا هن هول التو conditions required for acceptance of allografts.